This just told us a lot about their future, as one of the Avs' few remaining pieces that they had from the flurry of trades they made this past season has departed overseas, leaving quite a few question marks for basically the history of these trades in general and how they look in retrospect. What is up, Avalanche Nation? This is Avalanche Digest, your number one source for all of your Avs news. We bring you the hottest gossip, the news as quickly as we can get it to you, and just general discussion topics in this just so fun of an off season. Absolutely love you guys. If you guys are watching at this point in the dog days of the summer, you are the diehards, and I absolutely appreciate you. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, so why don't you help us get it there, and we can all be a happy little family together. But let's just get right into the main news that pretty much gave me the idea for this video in general. Now, Jimmy Vesey departing for the Swiss League happened about a few weeks ago, and this isn't really newsworthy as a video in and of itself, but it was the general discussion that I wanted to talk about with really how it makes several trades look in retrospect. Now, obviously, you have this New York trade, which has gone horrifically. The Avs gave up so many assets just to get Ryan Lindgren, who was your worst defender by far in the Dallas series. All the highlights you see of Mikko Rantanen scoring on the Avs, there's Ryan Lindgren. He's the one getting beat and looking like a AHLer out there. Jimmy Vesey, a guy who I like as a 12th, 13th forward, unfortunately is just going to get more ice time and is going to play better for more money in the Swiss League. So obviously he's going to depart, and it really just brings into retrospect how many assets the Avs threw away for two guys that didn't have a big impact. Now, another trade that I feel like is even worse is this Charlie Coyle trade. I've talked about it before. It is my white whale. This trade is horrific. Not only should Casey Middlestat pretty much have been 1-for-1 with Charlie Coyle. They make very much the same amount of money. They pretty much don't have similar career paths. Charlie Coyle's contract is expiring. Casey Middlestat is a young prospect in my mind who had 2 good years before this last one in Colorado. I don't see why that's negative value to Boston. Will Zellers, I mean, you could basically say he's a 3rd-round pick. He's a pretty good one considering he was great in the USHL, and a 2nd-round pick. And you got somehow, with all the assets you threw to get Charlie Coyle, you didn't get him with salary retained. You saw Toronto get him with Brandon Carlo. They got salary retained for basically trading for a player from the Boston Bruins on the same day. And yet, we didn't get any for Charlie Coyle. Honestly, this reflects very poorly on Chris MacFarland as a GM. At this point, I'm more inclined to believe that Chris MacFarland and Joe Sakic are like the duo from Moneyball, if you guys have seen that movie. Joe Sakic is Brad Pitt. I mean, he's the wheeler and dealer. He knows how to get stuff done. Chris MacFarland is Jonah Hill. He's the analytics guy, but he should never be the head GM of a team, and that's where I'm at this point. I do not think Chris MacFarland is fit to be the GM of the Colorado Avalanche. I would rather see him either leave or become the assistant GM again. I think he has value, just not as a head GM, and this trade absolutely proves it. Charlie Coyle, great addition. He's one of the best 3rd-line centers in the league. This contract, horrific. And obviously, the Avs then had to trade him in the first place to even make room. So these are the shortcomings I see of Chris MacFarland. I think if we're looking at the future of the Avs, it really is dependent on this season more than any other. I think the cup winning shine this team has kind of gone out. And really, this season, if there's failure, there's going to be some serious implications for people in the front office and maybe even in some coaching jobs. You look at what this trade brought, though, and this is the trade that kind of saves a little bit of it for me because there's some good things that actually took place here. Avalanche obviously had to trade away Charlie Coyle, have not replaced him as of right now. But they also managed to get rid of Miles Wood, a horrific contract you gave to a guy. You overpaid him at $2.5 million. You gave him 6 years on a deal. I mean, what are we doing here? But we actually managed to get some value back. We got Gavin Brindley back, a prospect that I really like, and I think was if he actually pans out at an NHL level, could be a good bottom six option. Obviously, I'm setting the heights and the expectations there, but Gavin Brindley is extremely intriguing. We get our second round pick back, and we get a 2020 third round pick as well. And really, that third round pick has already turned into Delelse. He was drafted by the Avs in this recent draft. Big physical defenseman with some offensive prowess. You know what? I'm kind of here for it. So there is light at the end of the tunnel, but definitely looking at these trades, looking at how horrifically they turned out, you don't love it at all. You're really looking at this Avalanche front office and you're saying, this is the prove it year. What can you do that proves that you should be in your position? The Avs are moving into their final years of their cup window. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal to see what they do. Cale Makar is entering his prime alongside Nathan MacKinnon playing the best hockey of his career. It's going to be an amazing last few years, and I would pretty much put the expiration window for the Avalanche's cup window basically around when Brock Nelson's contract expires. So in 3 years. It's going to be quite a crazy ride, so you guys should absolutely stay tuned. We're going to bring you the news as we get it. We're going to keep you informed because that's just what we love to do, and I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good day.